Alright guys, here's the guide for the auto airlock and door script. First things first, you're going to need the script in the programmable block, any programmable block. First thing it's going to do is close all the doors related to it, load all the settings, and it's going to scan for the airlock areas. Some areas, like ones that don't have an airlock area or ones that are too large for the default settings, will read no space found. To fix the ones that are too large for the area, you just change the size limit to whatever the area is, and it'll search up to that large. While I'm here, I'm going to change the output panel name keyword to just panel, and I'll load these into the script. You can use load. You're going to get output, you're going to need to put the keyword into any panel name. It's not cap sensitive or location sensitive, but it does have to be in here, at least like this. I just changed it to panel, but by default it's airlock panel. And to get the settings to go back to default, type anything other than blank in there and recompile. And you'll get the default settings. Just so it could scan for my hanger, I'm going to change that back. Load. Scan. That's right, this is just panel. Like that panel too. I can tell what's going on. There we go. Alright, so for anything to detect you, it's going to need a sensor within range. You're going to have to turn on players, and if you wanted to control hangars for ships, you're going to have to turn those on as well. Even if it can detect enemies or neutrals, it won't open the doors for them. Here's an auto door, but since the sensor doesn't detect me, I might as well not even be here. Turn this on to 50. So to set up the auto door, simply has to have the auto door keyword, which is not cap sensitive, and the distance keyword inside the name. It can be set up multiple ways. This is probably the fanciest one, but the distance keyword can end at the end of the line, a space, or this symbol. So it can be typed like this. All of those ways are acceptable. You notice when you change the distance, it works in real time. If nothing is properly there, it'll just complain about the parsing the door distance. Won't break the script, just go ahead and put something in there. If it's 15, it'll open and close when you're within 15 meters of it. And for airlocks, you're just going to need at least 2 doors, the distance keyword, the unique ID for the whole airlock, and specify whether it's inner or outer. And for this one, unique ID has to match, distance, and outer. You see here it doesn't really have to be cap sensitive. This is a really basic one with no air vents, so once the other door is sealed, it'll just open the door. This will blow out the tiny bit of air in these 2 doors, but it won't blow up all the air, or blow out all the air in your ship. And for an airlock with a vent, normally you put it right next to it, but just to show, mine's over here, and lights like these are counted as empty spots, same as a panel, and so I'm currently inside of this airlock. And when I face this airlock, it'll suck the air out and open the door when the air is gone. If I look the other way, close the door, fill it with air, open the door. These aren't quite well spaced, I have to get right up on them. This is my big airlock. These are my inner doors, and they have a detection range of 5.5. Keep in mind for blocks like these, their center is up here, so I'm 5.5 meters from there or there. And the vents can be touching it just like this. It's easiest most of the time. Close the doors, and it'll make sure every door is fully closed. And then it'll suck out the air. And then it'll open the door. Close doors, fill with air, open doors. Alright. So for these, same thing. I put a detection range of 25. These are named my hangar, and I have a bunch of inner. Around here, some outer ones. Outer. And I have a sensor in here that could detect me. I turned it on for ships and large ships. And once I'm on the other half, or even if I'm in the middle and looking towards the exit, close the doors, suck out the air, open the doors in front of you. First, close doors, fill with air. Open doors. Now if you ever have the doors opening and closing repeatedly in front of you, it's equalizing the air out between the room you're in and the room you're going to. The room you're going to has less than 100% air, and the room you're in has 100%. And when they add up to each other, average out, it's less than the number it's looking for, and it'll close until this room is full again. Open it, equalize, and it'll do that repeatedly. Just let the air equalize. For the most part, you won't really notice that. And of course it works with ships. So you have to be within the detection range for it to open. Once you're on the other half, we're looking the right way. Close the doors. Suck out the air. And open the doors in front of you. The opposite's also true. Close doors. Fill with air. Open doors in front of you. Like magic.